Hi guys, and welcome to the next instalment of the Warbirds Replicas Tempest. And it's nearly finished. It's finished far enough that I can take it for a test flight or maiden flight tomorrow. Just got some small bits and pieces to finish. But without further ado, let's have a look at it in all its glory. So I've got it on the stand outside. I'm just going to take you for a walk around. It's weathered. You can see it's been heavily weathered and dirtied because that's what I wanted to do. Picture's worth 1,000 words, so let's just walk around and you'll see what I've done. And I'll talk about it in a moment in a bit more detail. And let's just have a look underneath as well. In fact, I'll turn it upside down later. Okay, so what have I done? Well, I painted it, as you know, with the emulsion paints, and then I set to do the weathering. Now, the intention was I was going to use my airbrush to do that. Unfortunately, that started to play up, so halfway through I had to give up doing that. So what I've done is I've overlaid the camouflage, the grey and the green, and the D-Day stripes with some grey and black paint, rubbed it back. Same with the fuselage. And then I've gone through and I've just put odd blotches here and there to indicate weathering. I've then done the panel lines. I've drawn the panel lines on with a thin black felt tip, but also with a white one. So on one side of the imaginary panel is a white line and the black on the other. That gives a bit of relief, a bit of depth to it. And I've tried to keep it so that it's consistent throughout. So I've got the white line here behind the black line, and that follows right the way through on the fuselage there, white behind the black, right the way through to the tail feathers. Talking of which, I've used the charcoal pencils again to put the rudder details in, because obviously that was fabric covered. So I've got dark and then light on top. You can just about see it, light, white and dark underneath. Just rubbed it on with a bit of paper to give me the line between the two. Quite effective, I think you'll agree. I've also used the charcoal pencils to add some detail behind the panel lines here, a bit of depth, but you'll see it more, I suppose, really on the fuselage here. You'll see the darkness as it's picking up the dirt behind the panel line going through. I've also used a silver, like a jewellery repair pasty oil, and I've used that on here to give the impression of where the covering and painting has worn through and gives me the exposed aluminium underneath. I've done the same on the wing as well, in patches here and there, and done the same on the gun blisters because they will have worn away. Walkway again there, heavy use. I've done the exhausts or stacks here, painted those with like a rust paint to give the impression of rust. Okay, it's not 100%, there could have been a bit of a darker colour at the front, but hey, what the heck, doesn't really matter. The battery hatch, I've put magnets in there, the 4 magnets, but I've also hinged it with a bit of Blenderm tape here, just to give me some added security. Spinner, I've replaced the alloy spinner turned up today, so I've replaced the plastic one with the alloy one. I will paint that at some point in time yellow, but it's not too bad. It's not a bad shape. Okay, it could have been done maybe with a bit blunter nose on, but it's not too bad. And the other thing that's missing is the pilot, because I haven't finished painting him yet, so that's one of the next things I've got to do. So all in all, it's there or thereabouts. So I'll just turn it round the other way so you can see it upside down. He says going to try and do that one-handed. There's a bit of a wind blowing. Just bear with me while I turn it over. There we go. And you can see the underbelly dirty as anything, because I wanted to give that impression of a well-worn fighter. Been out every day fighting and picked up a load of muck and rubbish. Not pristine condition, it wouldn't have been. I wanted it to look dirty. Some people may not like it, but at the end of the day, it's my plane. I like it like this. Okay, so let's turn it back again. Without dropping it before the maiden flight. So there we go. That's it. The Tempest is more or less finished. As I say, I'm going out for a maiden flight tomorrow, so I will record that. And I'll post that obviously on the channel just to let you guys see how she flies. By all accounts she flies well. A couple of people have flown them already, including Richard obviously. Oh yeah, the other thing, I put a lot of silvering on the wingtip. Why? Because that's the wingtip he used to flick the doodle bugs. So that's worn away a bit there. Right guys, well that's it. It's an outside one, a bit different, and I'll tell you what, you know, I wish it had been inside, because even though it's the middle of June, it is absolutely freezing. Ridiculous weather. But anyway, the Tempest is more or less done. I'm really pleased with it. I hope you've been pleased and enjoyed the progress so far. As I said, there'll be one more video of the maiden flight. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video down below with a thumbs up. Any comments and I'll get back to you shortly. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.